So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LATANGELA Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LATANGELA Show.
Kick it!
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LATANGELA Show.
What's up? How you doing? Hold on for a sec.
I'm having a Gucci type day. I love it.
You all have been great partners with us, so we want to keep the party rolling.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Likewise. I
Do
promise
y'all
you
hear
that.
me? Do y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Gucci, this is LATANGELA Faye.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm holding on. I'm super excited to get you in the hot seat. Your music first spotlight with none other than the Gucci Mane. I know that you have been busy, and you're showing no signs of slowing down. Everything going all right in your side of the world?
Yeah, everything going pretty good with me. Thanks for asking.
Anytime. Major props going out to Atlantic Records, the new 1017 Records, Cumulus Media, presenting your music first spotlight. There's so much that's going on in the world of Gucci Mane. And I've got questions that need answers, so I hope you got some time for me today.
Let's get it.
You have this new project that's dropping, and I had so many questions, and everybody was like, nah, we're just going to wait. Let you ask Gucci, Breath of Fresh Air 1013. Was that a typo? We waiting on 1017, or what are we doing with this?
No, I'm dropping the 1017. That was a typo.
Oh, okay, just making sure. I was getting nervous. Now, you have dropped over 100 projects. You got a lot to say. And throughout the years, you have been so instrumental, but you've been so vocal, and we've been on this journey with you. For this phase of the project, what was so different?
I guess I just, like you're saying, it's a lot of projects in and just come with a lot of experience, a lot of life experience and more life experience, I guess, just getting added to the music.
Yeah, and that's always a good place to be. I mean, because, you wear so many hats, and it's safe to say that we can list all of them under the GOAT status. You're easily recognized as one of the most influential rappers of the past decade. You have currently over 14 billion global streams, and that's not a slight feat. I mean, that's something major. You've dropped over 100 projects. You have more top 10 albums on Billboard's top rap albums, and that's something that's done like only Gucci Mane is running that category by himself, because any other rapper in history is still playing catch up. So for this, do you feel the pressure of saying I need to raise the bar?
No, I don't feel any pressure so far as to raise the bar, but I think, you should always, try to put out the best possible music that you can at the time. You know what I'm saying? So there's no pressure into it. It's actually like a privilege, or, a blessing to get to even make an album, honestly. So it's a fun thing to me. Every time that's why I keep creating albums, because I enjoy doing it.
I like it. But how do you maintain that momentum? Sometimes people say they find inspiration here, they'll find it there. But being that you have been on the go and you've had so many different projects, you want to make everything another dose of Gucci and give us that authentic you. How do you keep the momentum to say that you're growing and you're getting better every single time you drop something?
Every year been like, the last couple of years, I've been getting motivation from just, thinking about like a couple of my peers who passed away and are not here no more. And I think like, okay, I get a chance to keep making music. I know they wish if they was here, they could be making music. You know what I'm saying? And I always think about that. And I'd be like, okay, if they was here, what advice would they give me? They probably would say, Gucci, keep going. So I'd use that for motivation as well. Just like, they're not here, so let me just carry on what I know they can't do and what they probably would say, Gucci, this is what you should be doing.
That's big. As an artist, you have lyrically painted so many vivid images, and your fans, we've watched you grow and evolve as a man. Do you ever feel as if sometimes you're too transparent in your lyrics and your followers, your fans, your village, your tribe, they might look at you different at certain points saying, I don't know, this is a little too different for us?
Yeah, I think, I got all kind of fans, and some people, what I'm saying, at different phases in their life. Some of them probably don't understand some of the changes I done did in my life. They ain't there yet, or maybe not won't get there. So yeah, it is what it is with that. I can't let that stop me from expressing what's going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't do that, then music won't be real.
That's true. That's true. And keeping it real, especially in the life where people are living their best filtered lie. Social media has painted so many vivid images for us in different angles. We don't really know what's what. But every time we get a dose of Gucci Man, we know that we're getting a journey, a piece of it where you are in that moment. And I always find it refreshing how you acknowledge your wife as being a cornerstone and saying that she has made such a positive impact in your life. And beautiful album cover, the one that we're anticipating the drop of 1017, featuring you, your wife, the kids. Tell us a little bit about why it's so important that as a unit, you show that y'all move so solid.
Because she did a very important part of my life. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, it's like about legacy now. We got two kids together. Mm-hmm. So I just started thinking about, hey, it's coming upon 20 years me being in the game and almost 10 certified albums. I want one of my albums to be a picture of my family when I look back on it years from now. That's really what I was thinking about. Like, I want to look back on 10 years from now and say, hey, 2023, when I just had my little girl and just had my little boy, you know what I'm saying? Look where they at now. They on the front album now. So when they're 10 and 9, they can look back and say, damn, I impacted my dad as soon as I came in the world. He made, and he could see it visually.
Yeah, that's nice. I love to hear a good story behind a story and hearing what keeps people inspired, because as artists, it's easy to ink it, but to ink it, to live it, and to say that I'm going to be so open that I'm willing to give the world a piece of me. They may think that this side is a lot different than the Gucci Man that they were introduced to. But when a man finds his why and his family becomes the forefront of that, that turns you into a whole nother beast. It's just like we really see the inspiration of why you go so hard. But you've been influential in many people's careers. Why has it always been so major for you to pay it forward?
Well, a lot of people didn't help me, and a lot of people did help me early on in my career. So I just always said that, I want to be one of those people that, open the door for other artists or collaborate with other artists and don't try to act all high and mighty. Because I remember, trying to get songs with guys and, letting them know, hey, I'm up and coming. And they just not being real receptive or, because I was just up and coming, you know what I'm saying? So I just said, not did I say that, I learned once I got my foot in the door, I was like, it's much easier to be like a friend to guys, even if they're not on, you know what I'm saying? They keep me humble instead of trying, be like, some of my peers I seen and some of the people who had came before me. But I'm not saying everybody, but the few that did and was nice, I modeled myself kind of like after them and did what they did, you know what I'm saying, as far as that. But the ones that like didn't want to work with anybody, I was like, okay, I'll make sure when I get in the door, I don't be like that.
Yeah. You know what? Take us back just a tad. Who were some of the people that really inspired you to even want to get in the game? Like, this was your hero, or this was the one that you just kind of vibed out to, or thought that their lyrical expressions was exactly what you wanted to be?
I was a big fan, probably, I say, like Cash Money.
Okay.
No Limit. You know, so even that's come from all the artists all the way up to Baby and Manny Fresh, and all the artists all the way up to Master P himself, and 8 Ball MJG, a lot of the Memphis artists, UGK, Atlanta artists, kind of like Kilo Ali back in the day, and Sammy Sam. Does like them just like early on, way back when I was younger, people I listened to.
All of the greats. You know, you got this new going right now. You got Gucci Mane featuring J.Cole and Mike Will Made It. Tell us a little bit about how that collaboration even came about with There I Go.
It's been like a long process coming because maybe like in 2020, J. Cole had reached out to me saying he wanted to collaborate with me, and this is the process of from there. Is it 2020 or 2021? But almost like a year and a half, we've been talking about we're gonna get in the studio and do a song, but it took a long time, but we found the right song and then we did it.
825, the world will be able to check that out. There I go. And you talk about genuine connections, and in a cutthroat industry, you have had such longevity. What are some of the things that you contribute towards that?
Just a lot of paying it forward, you know what I'm saying? Working with young artists and, some later on those young artists blowing up, and then they come back and working with me, and they just extending my career in one end. And the same with producers. Just always been like a collaborative spirited person. And I think that just took me far.
It did. And I'm big on nurturing the future and the present. How you treat people today, that really does sow good seeds in fertile ground. And if it's good, it'll be there. It'll be solid. You don't have to worry about it wavering. But when you're working on something that's going to be a masterpiece, like another Gucci Mane project, right? What was some of the things that you said, I need to work with this person because this is going to be a timestamp as of where I am at this moment? As far as finding the producers or the right collabs, who should we expect?
The collab with J.Cole was super special because it's our first time working together, and we planned it out for years and years. So that was like I knew. The song I got with Roddy Ricch, that was our first time working together. Me and the Baby 21 did a song. That was me and the Baby 21 first time ever doing a video. We had did a couple of songs together. So there's a lot of firsts on this album. You know what I'm saying? And then just as far as like the album cover, you know what I'm saying, with my wife and my kids on there, and some of the topics of the songs, Married with Millions, Now It's Real, and just, I think the whole topic of the album is some, you know what I'm saying, some of the subject matter is kind of like a little bit different because it's talking about new children and being married and, still a happy story, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a different story than 10 or 15 years earlier.
It's definitely showing a lot of growth, and I'm glad that you mentioned Now It's Real, because it's like the first two lines will just stop you in your tracks. And I want you to just kind of break it down for us a little bit. Could have been in prison with 100 years, yet I woke up in a mansion with 200 mil. When you're inking things like that, you got to relive it in order to even say, I'm willing to share this. This is my raw emotion on this. Like, how therapeutic is that for you?
It is, and then I really like, I want to kind of make a couple of songs on the album, not necessarily aimed at being number one on the radio or being number one on the charts, but kind of just, rapping to inspire people to do other things other than, what they probably aspiring to be right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's cool to get married. It's cool to be successful. It's cool to have kids. You know what I'm saying? That still could be cool. You don't gotta, so I always rap about having an op, you know what I'm saying? Or being in a beef, There's other topics to address. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, hey, if I say there's no pressure on me with no album, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna make 2 or 3 songs just talking about things like that to just give kids something to like, okay, I could be a mobile like Gucci, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can, even if look what Gucci went through and look what he talking about now, look where he at, you know what I'm saying? And not just show him, actually just, like you say, talk to him about it through music.
Now, Gucci, let's be real. You had some time during this staycation to change a lot of things up. And you came home, you've been vocal about it, you've been solid about it. And it's like, you're not trying to be a walking Bible. You ain't over here beating people over the head with it. But when that consistency started kicking in, you have clearly become the king of inspiration on many levels. One, taking people along the journey to say, hey, you know what? It's okay to grow up, get married, get you some kids, be married with millions. We're out here doing our thing. I support my queen. She's supporting her king. We got our kids. And, how important is it that you stay consistent in that walk without feeling as if it's an act? Because, sometimes people will see you and they'll say, man, Gucci just going through a phase.
Nah, that's true. I understand. That's a good question. Just from day one with me, I was just like, I'm going to show you, I'm not going to tell you. And that's just still just my motto to this day. I don't want to preach to nobody, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to tell people what they should do. And I'm not trying to sell people on what I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm living my life, and then I'm gonna show you. You know, even the people who are around me, the closest around me. I'm not necessarily telling them what to do or not to do, but if they don't see me by, you know what I'm saying, close example, down, we should live in it. You know what I'm saying? This is real. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no facade. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to tell nobody about it. I really rather show them, but that takes time. And like it took, you know, I've been out of jail with 7 years, going on 8, with maybe almost 8 years. So it takes time.
It does. You know, it's not a blink of an eye, and it's a decision that you have to make every single day. And it's a decision that's going to work in the best interest of you and the family and your loved ones and those who really are rooting for you. You know, despite the spectators and those who want to be naysayers, everybody's paying attention. Whether they mention your name and give you the round of applause or not, you got the world watching, Gucci, and that is amazing.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
As an
Yeah.
author, you've been super transparent. You know, you don't hide behind the melodies. It's no melodic tone in it. It's just a man alone with his thoughts, some ink, some pads. And if you had to ink this chapter of your life, or the Gucci Mane, what would you name it?
That's a good question.
Doop, 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 doop.
Trying to think of a good name. You know what I'm saying? These the. I don't want to say the easy years, but hey, all the experiences and hardships, you know what I'm saying, brought me to where I'm at now, like a breath of fresh air. This is my breath of fresh air year at times, you know what I'm saying? I can breathe, you know what I'm saying? I done got myself up to a point, ain't no pressure on me, you know what I'm saying? I got everything that I work hard for.
Yeah, and you deserve this, man. For every heartache, for every stab in the back, and even stabs in the chest, you deserve this. You've earned this, right? And in this industry, or just in life in general, so many people will make it hard for you to keep a warm heart in a cold world. What helps you just stay in that zone?
I guess just, you know, what keep me grounded is my family. You know what I'm saying? Come home to my wife, and that's like, that give me solace right there. You know what I'm saying? At least I got somebody I can, you know, share what's going on, what I'm thinking about with. That helps me a lot. And that's a blessing in itself. You know what I'm saying? Having somebody to trust. So.
That's good. And, you know, we outside. I see you over here performing still, selling out all these shows, venues, avenues. It don't matter. You pulling up on the block in all these cities sometime soon, because, you know, we're looking for you.
Yes, I'm everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm everywhere. All I gotta do is go to GucciMane.com and see where I'm booked at. Like, I'm everywhere. I really don't stop.
You've always been good at wanting to work with new artists. How important is that you still look for that? Does it organically find you? Or is there like a certain section at a time when you say, okay, I got a little downtime, this is what I feel like doing? Or are you eyeing different talents?
No, I'm always gonna be, you know, trying to help young artists, being that bridge for young artists that try to get in the game. I'm gonna always do that. People are always sending me talent. I'm always saying that I'm available for artists. You know what I'm saying? If we can connect and there's something there, so that's what it is.
Absolutely. Well, you know that we're always here for you. This is an extension of your office. It's a definite platform. The world longs to hear more from you, more about you and the things that you have going on. Your Music First Spotlight with none other than Gucci Mane. Thank you so much to Atlantic Records, the new 1017 Records, Cumulus Media. And listen, I want you to chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. We're looking forward to seeing none other than the Breath of Fresh Air 1017. That's the correction on it, because I had to double check that, Gucci Mane. I had to double check.
Now, yeah, we dropping 1017. It's only right.
It's only right. And I sure appreciate you. We'll see you soon. Godspeed.
My pleasure.